that guy transformed professional wrestling. I mean, even for people like me who don't know much about it, that's the name you know. He was a larger than life figure. His, enthusiasm, his love of country, how fun he was obvious to anybody who spent 2 minutes with this guy. He used to go on Fox a lot. What do you make of it? Because now we've had 3 losses, guys, of well-known people in the past few days. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, and now Hulk.
It is hard to fully encapsulate and explain what a cultural icon that guy was. And I think to people who are just sort of becoming aware of him or were unaware of the 80s and 90s, you think of him in a political context during that big speech. But this guy transformed not only wrestling, everything. This guy was America, always was. And I mean, we were down on the floor during the convention watching him deliver that speech that you just played.
It was electric, seeing it in person, because you remember as a kid seeing him during the Reagan era. It's a perfect comparison because he was like a symbol of American greatness and Americans feeling great and coming back from the malaise and that America's number one. And he was always so patriotic. And then for it to come full circle and see him there at the convention, yet again, taking a stand for America, making America great again. It was electric. And the audience just starts chanting USA. It was an incredible moment. And it's also important to remember one of his many patriotic things is he destroyed Gawker, a fake news left-wing organization, taught him a lesson that you can't get away with printing lies. And the more consequences, the fake news gets, the better.
Yeah, I think it was one of the most surreal. That really was
big because it was this, celebrity, salacious news tabloid website that was just absolutely vicious. And they printed a story about, they were airing sex tapes, if memory serves, of him with a woman he was having an affair with. He was one of the first celebrities to sort of stand up and say, you can't do this to me. And we later found out, I believe it was bankrolled by Peter Thiel, right, who was like in favor of taking a stand on this, and he brought down Gawker. Keep going. We were going to say something, Duncan.
Back to Holmes's point, he really was a cultural icon, even just beyond wrestling. He was like, he was such a commodity too. I remember growing up and having a wrestle buddy, which was basically this pillow that is like sort of formed to his body. And I remember being a little kid and we had one of those and one of the Macho Man Randy Savage ones. And like you could put him in a headlock and stuff. And so like sitting there, at the convention in 2020 being like the wrestle buddy guy that I grew up on is now on this stage talking about how we have to elect Donald Trump was just sort of a surreal moment. And just, it speaks to like how he endured as that cultural icon for decades.